Shalom. Welcome to Shabbat Talk. It's your brother Yeremiah. Had a little difficulty trying to film this earlier. Man, been running all the internet stopped right in the middle of my feed. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go ahead and do it again. And like I say Tom's trying to be real busy. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be real busy. Anytime you're talking about family or some deep spiritual things and family or getting organized, he don't like that. He try to come between the airways. Like I said, if I had to sit there and wait a while till the internet decide it's gonna do what it's gonna do, then it is what it is. But we're gonna get this mess out. I don't let nothing stop me. You know what I'm saying? I made a promise to the Most High, keep my promise. You know what I'm saying? So we was talking about. I'm gonna do an overview, and first of all, before I even do that, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for the video feed disrupting in the middle of the. As you can see, the devil was busy from the very beginning of this. You know what I'm saying? But the video feed going out, and I know quite a few people watched that, and I apologize, and it brought to my attention. I had switched out cameras or whatever, and it is what it is. Satan took advantage, but he didn't stop the video. It just the audio was going through, so I decided to keep it. So I'm gonna do an overview because a lot of people was thinking I was talking about Delilah, and I never did get to Delilah. Delilah isn't. We hadn't even got to that chapter. You see, brother Shimshon or Samson made a lot of mistakes when it came to women, and the thing about it is, he chose more from the little side of the house, and the little side of the house ends very badly if you go there. You know what I'm saying? You don't find substance or portion. Even the word Timnah means portion in Hebrew. That you see up there on the screen, the place that he went to. But brother Simpson, he just repeatedly, and we're gonna talk about 3 different relationships that he had. He had 3 relationships. Everybody to think about Delilah. That's the last relationship he had, but he had 2 previous relationships before that. And we was talking about Shimshon or Samson's first wife. We're going to look at what messed up and what was on both sides, how it played out. And I'm going to just do an overview real quick and going on to where I left off. But a lot of people ask for an overview, put in mostly in today's terms and stuff, but I'm going to go back and touch it up. So we in the book of Judges, and Shimshon or Samson in the English, Shimshon in Hebrew, we're gonna talk about his first marriage, and we're gonna go to the book of Judges. And before I even do that, respectfully, his mother in chapter 13, because I'm trying to save time. In chapter 13, he was born to be a special. The angel of the Most High came to her and told her not to eat any unclean food. She basically had to be a Nazarene, or however you want to call it. And then she told her husband she saw an angel for the Most High. He asked could he see the angel, and the angel obliged to her, came back to her, and also told him what he told her. And so he was special, and he was chosen from birth. You on that special path. You out this world. You are a male, and you are out this world. You have knowledge of self, and you know who you are, and you woke. You're not like one of these people going to church every Sunday, and then you don't even know who you are. You don't know the promises. You don't know the name of the Father. You don't know. When you come out of the world and get out of these worldly systems, and you know for sure 100%, and you are a woke person, you know what, you a special breed. You can leave and escape all the traps of religion that are out there set for you to keep you bound and to keep you watered down where you can't get an understanding. Man, you did good to get out of that. So you are a special person. Don't sell yourself cheap. And here are some bad characteristics and a bad mindset if you're a man to think about a woman like this, and Here are some signs to look at when you are looking for a potential mate. Judges 14:1. And Shimshon went down to Timnah. Okay, Samson, we know in English, which means like the son. In Hebrew it means it's Shimshon. So you're gonna hear me call him by his name. I just go ahead and get this out the way. Shimshon, uh, which is Samson. Okay, went down to Timnah. Timnah means portion in Hebrew, and saw a woman in Timnah of the daughter of the Philistines. Okay, this was another nation of people. These was one of the sons of Ham. We come out of the line of Shem. Okay, this is what's known as what a lot of us say African. True Africans are Egyptians, Libyans, Ethiopians, and missing one. Let's see, I'm missing one. It's out of four family: Egyptians, Libyans, Canaanites, I think it is, and Ethiopians. Those are the true African tribes. But we are the Shem. You Negroes, were so-called Negroes, or Aboriginal Indians. You know, whether you was here in the States or in South America or all the different places. Because we're covered up, and we're not called Israelites today, but a lot of us are Indian, Aboriginal Indians. You know, you're a part of this nation too. So he went down, and he just from the jump, the Most High used him as a whooping stick to the Philistines, because the Most High, some people look at it, I know they say, man, in the Old Testament, the Most High was mean, man. He was mean, bruh. And this New Testament, I hold it tighter because it's love, you know what I'm saying? It's love. Let me tell you something. Yeshua is going to love on the second coming. It tells you in Revelation 5:5 that he's coming back as the Lion of Judah. The lion ain't gonna be playing. He already came as the lamb. He came soft the first time. The next time he come back and you're not keeping these commandments, he's gonna bust you up. You know what I'm saying? He gonna take your chest, clean up out of the front of your body. You know what I'm saying? Push it out the back. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna play no game. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of scripture tell you that. But you got to understand that the Philistines worshiped the god Dagon. See, they had a god. They didn't claim the Most High. So the Most High ain't had no pity for them. You understand what I'm saying? Dagon is their daddy. You know what I'm saying? I think in Samuel, it's 1 Samuel chapter 5. But we're going to try to touch that a little later. But they worship Dagon. They didn't, so when he put the chosen people in there, he wasn't worried about them because they already, if you want Satan as your daddy, then guess what? He gonna let Satan be your daddy. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. So this is why but the Philistines had already been busting them up for 40 years. And the Most High was gonna bring them back into the fold and bust these Philistines up and give them another chance. You know what I'm saying? And he used Samson as the instrument. Samson was the instrument that he was going to use. Verse 2. And he came up and told his father and his mother and said, I have seen a woman in Timnah of the daughters of the Philistines. Now therefore get her for me to wife. Man. And let's go to verse 3. Then his father and his mother said unto him, Is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among my people, that thou goest take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistine? And Shimshon said unto his father, Get her for me, for she pleases me well. So basically he was like saying, this is supposed to be, we use that term nowadays, love at first sight. But this was lust at first sight. And he's going to show out a little bit later what I'm talking about. Show up a little later. And, a lot of times, you look at modern day time, a lot of women can find a brother to be born. Certain men are born to it. It's not that they ain't good men, but they got to have a certain amount of excitement, and a man can be boring to them, and they won't receive the man because he's boring to them. Okay, Samson must saw her. She probably was a worldly woman. She probably was, we put it in today's terms. She probably was pretty fine. You know what I'm saying? And showed him what he wanted. Probably was a little bit frisky or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He liked it those type. Wrong type, man. Wrong type. It's gonna bust you up your eyes. Gonna get you in trouble. And it says, but his father and his mother knew not. But his father and his mother knew not that it was the Most High that he sought an occasion against the Philistines. Remember, I told you, Samson was just brought to be an instrument to deal with them Philistines. He was going to be the battleground for the Most High to facilitate some pain for these boys for worshiping Dagon. For at the time, the Philistine had dominion over Israel for 40 years. And go back to the 13th chapter. And, in verse 5, you know what I'm saying, he went down, he was on his way to go check this Philistine woman out, and he saw a lion. Basically, he killed the lion, tore him in half, and busted him up pretty bad, you know what I'm saying. And after he returned to be with her, and you can watch the video before this, I explain all that. He saw some bee nest in the carcass of the lion. He ate some. He took some, brought to his parents. He never told nobody. He never told nobody what happened. You know what I'm saying? That he killed the lion about this. He never told his parents. Then here we go at the bachelor party / wedding party at verse 14. And Samson said unto him, I will now put forth a riddle unto you. He had all his little companions. It was 30 companions out there, 30 homeboys or friends there. It was over there drinking. You know what? He gave a riddle. He placed a bet. I bet y'all can't tell me the answer to this riddle. Put it in modern day time. And Samson said unto them, now I put forth a riddle unto you, if ye can certainly declare it to me within 7 days of the feast, and find it out, then I will give you 30 sheets of 30 change of garments. So he want 30 sets of clothes plus 30 fabrics. And he said, if you cannot declare it to me, if you can't tell me the answer to the riddle within 30 days, then you got to bring me 30 outfits and 30 pieces of fabric. But if ye cannot declare to me, then ye shall give me 30 sheets and 30 change of garments. And they say unto him, put forth the riddle. So they took the bet that we may hear it. And he said unto them, out of the eater came forth meat, which is the lion here. And out of the strong came forth sweetness, which when the bees lodged in the carcass, you know what I'm saying, that was the sweetness, the answer to the riddle. But he didn't tell nobody. He knew it. And they could not in 3 days expound the riddle. So they couldn't figure it out. As 3 days went by, they couldn't even figure it out. Like, man, what's the answer to this? And it came to pass on the 7th day that they said unto Samson's wife, entice thy husband, that he may declare unto us the riddle, lest we burn thee and thy father's house with fire. Have ye called us to take that we have? Is it not so? So it's saying, hey man, the men that was at the party, first of all, you're dealing with the man's wife or whatever. You know, they come up to her like, hey man, see if you can get the answer out your husband. You understand what I'm saying? Because if not, man, we gonna basically burn you up and your father's house up. Now, a good woman would have told something to her husband. Would have said something. But see, fellas, when you gonna date somebody and that woman tells all the business that's going on in your house, That's another of his first wife. Because remember, Samson had 3 relationships. We just doing the overview here on the first wife. Man, that's a bad characteristic. Always got to put on social media what you doing in your house, where you going, what you. See, these are general characteristics. They just want clout. Nowadays, everybody want clout. They can't just be content and happy with what's going on. They got to show everybody. If you gonna, ain't nothing special when everybody know where it's at. You know what I'm saying? You gonna tell everybody where the honeycomb hideout at. It ain't no special. It ain't no hideout no more. People feel like they gotta just tell everything, and when you tell everything, you invite foolishness to you. You don't understand. You draw all kind of negative. Just keep everything in your business. Continue to handle business. Love to do what you do. Guess what? Nobody gonna come in there and holler. But once you display it, you got plenty of people who want to take you down. And they like, hey man, you need to go talk to your husband, find out what it is. If we don't find, you know what? She gonna go over there like a poop butt. But this is the wrong person to have in your corner. Somebody that do that mess right there, that won't report back. This ain't what you want. Verse 16, and Samson's wife wept before him and said, so another dude got more leverage than her husband. See, it's a bad trait. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for approval from other people for you do your husband. Or you do it for your wife, vice versa. Looking for mama's approval or whatever for your wife. Bad trait. Thou doest but hate me and lovest me not. Thou hast put forth a riddle unto the children of thy people. And so she's saying, to my people, man, you put forth a riddle. Thou hast not told it to me. And he said unto her, behold, I have not told it to my father nor my mother. And shall I tell thee? Because really, he was just probably dealing with what happened. Hey, man, he probably still was thinking about what the hell happened. Like, man, I killed a lion in this sucker, man. Man, all of a sudden, I just felt strength. And this lion jumped out. Man, I tore him up literally. I rent him. You know what I'm saying? He up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And so she wept for 7 days. Getting on this man's nerves. That's the next one. The one that get on your nerves, just ride your nerves. Basically, that's just a person trying to weigh you down. The devil do it all the time. You can see the devil in that person because that's what the devil do. Try to weigh you down, weigh you down, weigh you down, weigh. I just like this video. I've been trying to get this video out. The internet stopped. Been something all day. Something going. You know what I'm saying? Can't get the video out. You know what I'm saying? I'm up late getting it out because guess what? I can't let the devil one up me like that. That's why I say soon if you'd have saw me pre-record before this video messed up, I was like, well, if I got to stay up and get up super early, this video going out in one way or another. Ain't gonna be no foolishness. I'm gonna finish this video. This is what it's about right here. You know what I'm saying? I let no devil one up me like that. I mean what I say, you know what I'm saying? So she gonna sit up there and just work on his nerves, in other words. You don't want no woman to be, woman can't have no peace, you can't have no peace in your house, bro. Another bad characteristic. And she wept for 7 days, sit up there crying, while their feast lasted. Because remember, they partied for 7 days, and on the last day, they go into the wedding chamber. And basically what we say today, have sex or consummate the marriage. But they have a feast for 7 days. So instead of just enjoying each other, partying, having a good time, she over there crying. You would think she not happy. You know what I'm saying? You get to party for 7 days. You get to have a good time and laugh. And then at the end of it, you going to go into the wedding chamber. Y'all going like the youngsters say. You know what I'm saying? That thing going to be consummated. Boom. It's crazy, man. He got to hear her whine 7 days. He should have been thinking like, man, do I really want to do this? Like, why he should have been like Michael Jackson getting ready to moonwalk or something. You know what I'm saying? Why would you, for 7 days, you supposed to be having a time in your life and all this is whining, and she already listening to other people here in the verse or whatever. So she wept for 7 days while their feast lasted. And it came to pass on the seventh day, he told her, because she lay sore upon him, and she told the riddle to the children of her people. So now she done finally warmed down. She done told the secret to the honeycomb hideout. Them boys know right now what the secret is. And they had to sundown on the seventh day to get it together. So she told them that last day morning. So verse 18. And the men of the city said unto him on the seventh day before the sun went down, what is sweeter than honey, and what is stronger than a lion? He said unto them, if ye have not plowed with my heifer, ye have not found out my riddle. So I like the way the Most Samson put this. He said, man, if you ain't plowed with my heifer, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't have found out my my riddle. So he know that they got the information from her. You know what I'm saying? Now he was a little bit sore. And it says, and the spirit of the Most High came upon him, and he went down to Ashkelon and slew 30 men of them, and took their spoil and change of garments unto them which expound the riddle. And his anger was kindled, and he went up to his father's house. So he went down there and put some knuckles on them boys, man. For over there getting in this business, you know what I'm saying? Got with his wife, and man, you know, he had something to say, man. Like I said on the last video, man, let me tell you something. Them boys I don't know how you got all 30 of them. Because I know if I was one of them Philistine people, man, I would have looked around that corner like that and seen that boy going to work. Still out there putting them hands on them, bashing them boys, and boo, knocking out. Bet you, because you know he was super strong, he killed the lion. So I know Samson would have been, man, with them haymakers. Man, I was always a pretty fast brother, so ain't no way. I would have been in the next county. By the time when he got to that fifth guy, I wouldn't have left. I left clothes and everything. He would have been 29 of them found if it was me, but Jack, you get what I'm saying? But anyway, he killed all of them. But Samson's wife was given to his companion. You see, while he went down there killing him, his best man, which whom he had used as his friend. So verse 20, but Samson's wife was given to his companion, meaning his best man, whom he had used as a friend. So, you know, because the father figured like, ain't no way she can do anything here. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna want her. So he just went on and gave it to her best man. Now, I'm gonna backtrack. Like when he finally told her that he had ripped the lion in half, she should have probably came out in verse 18, like what was going on. Because certainly if he can rip a lion in half, he darn sure can take care of the men. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't have the information. She went on with this, and she gonna pay for it a little later. So he went down there and basically bust them boys up. Went to their hometown, put them things on them. Now we gonna start in verse 15. That's the first person. Let's see how this ends with her. The first woman that he had. It don't give her name. So we at 15:1. But it came to pass within a while after the time of harvest. So this is some time later. He done went down there, bust them cats up, you know what I'm saying? Man, took what was his that they owed him, and let a little time go by and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And now it's a little later, time for the wheat harvest. Then Samson visited his wife with a kid, and he said, I will go in to my wife into the chamber, but her father would not suffer him to go in. So some time later, now he got the dowry, which is a kid, goat or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now he ready to go and consummate, cause remember on the seventh day, she told him, she told the men, and he was probably mad, and he didn't consummate the marriage. On lack of keeping your husband informed. You know what I'm saying? And that's very important. Let me see if I can get this real quick. Very important that you keep your husband abreast of stuff. Don't let him be the last one to find out nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not gonna go well if you do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, if we can give a game to women, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is at the end of the day. Let's look at Ephesians chapter 5, and we'll start at 20. Giving thanks for all things unto Elohim thy Father, in the name of our Master Yahushua HaMashiach, submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God, in the fear of the Elohim. Wives, submit yourself to your own husband as unto the Lord. You know what? That says a lot. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband as unto the Lord. The same, you're not going to love him the same as you do the Creator, but just like you got admiration for the Creator, you should have for your husband. You understand what I'm saying? And it says, 23, for the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church. He is the Savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject to Christ, so shall wives be to their own husband in everything. In everything. And then it also says for you husband to love your wife too. Verse 25, husband, love your wives even as Christ also loved the church and he gave himself for it. Okay. But she didn't let him do in everything. Because she didn't tell him. She went and listened to them boys. She was more worried about what they would do. And when she should have been worried about, that Samson was strong as an ox fresh out the box. You know what I'm saying? That he wasn't going to be playing with them boys. You know what I'm saying? And, he thought that, and then he jumped back over here to Samson. Man, he was pissed off. So, but some time later, he went on, calmed down. He come back. Let's see what happened. Verse 2 of Judges 15. It says, and her father said, verily, I thought that thou utterly hated her. Therefore I gave her to thy companion. Is not her sister fairer than she? Does not her sister look better than her? Take her, I pray thee, instead of her. I already gave her to your best man. Boy, that's a hell of a best man. You see, this is why you don't, the Bible say, envy not thou oppressor. What's that? Proverbs 3:31. Envy not your oppressor. You can't be friends with your oppressor. You know what I'm saying? You just can't do it. It's bad to even have that. We establish these relationships. I see all the time. I be seeing them boys, man, dropping location, be wanting to floss they stuff. And that type of stuff get you killed. What's that rapper? Died at Roscoe's the Waffle House. Roscoe and chicken and waffles. I can't think of the brother name right now. It's slipping my mind. Man, when that woman dropped that location, them boys was up there. Them boys up. That's the second time he got into it, but the last time he got into it because she dropped the location before they was traveling, and he barely got away before. You see, that's what I'm talking about. I talked about earlier. That's not nothing that's gonna help you. You know what? These women out here want to look cute. They ain't looking cute for you. They looking cute for everybody else. Oh, vain. You know what? They ought to be happy you told them they're cute because you the one that count. But the people that they want to look cute for, they worry me more than you. And that's a darn shame running around here. But it's backwards. Hafuk in Hebrew is the word for upside down. You know what I'm saying? They upside down like the old folks say. You upside down. You know what I'm saying? They rather have a compliment from somebody they don't know or other people than her husband can say, "Hey, you look beautiful, baby." Oh, thank you. It don't mean the same thing. She over here dropping locations, man. Bottom line, that boy got shot right in that restaurant, man. Them boys came in there and got him. You don't need nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? Man, distance yourself from some stuff like that. She had after that first time, I barely got away. You know, but when she was in that store, that'd been the last time me and her would have cared nothing about that. Plus, she already knew she was with another dude. Boy, y'all better stop. Y'all better stop. Boy, y'all don't even know y'all kings, man. Let me tell you something. Somebody want to be somewhere else, boy, you better let them go. You better let them go. Because guess what? Let me tell you something. I did that. It was some lessons ago. That lesson says what? What was it? 2.3 billion men, and I think it's 5.8 billion women. You know what I'm saying? And after 2.3 billion, 1 billion of them are, so it's basically only 1.3 billion single men minus 5.8, I think it was, because I gave the numbers before. What you think? You think somebody ain't out there? Boy, there's plenty of women ain't gonna get married, bro. They ain't got no chance in hell. It's a no, hell no for some women. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's some of them out there want to be married and know how to play their role, and you play your role, and y'all put y'all roles together and be good. Ones out there don't want to play the role cute for everybody, for the streets and everybody, that's a Delilah. That's a Delilah. That's going to be the new term. She's a Delilah. If she ain't right, she's a Delilah. Wish we knew these other two right here, because we probably ain't going to get to Delilah yet, the way it's going. And it says, so he said, hey, man, he went back to the farm line, man, ready to consummate the marriage. He go to diary. They make it happen, baby. About to go up in this chamber. Oh, nah, man. Oh, bro, nah, bro. I done gave old girl to your best man, baby. But her sister look better than her. Why don't you take that? I pray that you take her. And now Samson pissed off. And Samson said concerning them, now shall I be more blameless than the Philistines, though I do them a displeasure. And Samson went and caught 3 foxes and took fire bands. No, 300. I'm sorry. And he, hold on, let me pull this up real quick. I'm gonna put that 300. Let's see what come up. There we go. No, I'm gonna explain this back out. Now Samson like, now he pissed off. He's like, boy, I'm finna go do these boys. I'm gonna fix these boys. That's basically what he's saying in verse 3. Boy, I'm pissed off. I got a lot of displeasure. I'm finna go handle this. And Samson went, verse 4, and Samson went and caught 300 foxes and took 5 brands and turned tail to tail and put the 5 brand in the midst in between the 2 tails. Now, it says foxes, but more than likely this was jackals, you know, because it's jackals, it's a lot of jackals and it's a lot. Because foxes are hard to catch, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to get 300, but it's believed that these are jackals, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, whether they foxes or jackals don't really matter, you know what I'm saying? And he put a firebrand as a torch. So basically here, he caught 300 foxes or jackals, right? What he did was face one that way, face one that way, pull the tails together, and then he put a torch between the tails and tied a rope, tied a knot right there with the torch sticking up, and let them go. Of course, you know them things went running wild and just going everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You imagine 300? So 150 and 150. So basically 150. You know what I'm saying? 2 together. You know what I'm saying? So 150 sets of foxes running around, right? He tied them together. Let's see what they did. And when he set the brands on fire, he let them go in the standing corn of the Philistines and burnt up both the stocks and also the standing corn with the vineyards and the olives. So when he let them foxes go, them foxes just feel that fire and they just know, man, they just probably scared as they can be. They just run. They run all in the field, just setting everything on fire. Because you know that corn and stuff really catch fire quick. You know what I'm saying? A certain time of the year, that corn catch fire quick. And he not only burned them, but he burned down the olives. Then the Philistines said, with boy, and that boy was that boy knew how to get. That boy was mean. Sounds was mean, not only strong but mean. Then the Philistines said, "Who have done this?" And they answered, Shimshon or Samson, the son-in-law of the Timnite, because he had taken his wife and given her to his companion. And the Philistines came up and burnt her and her father with fire. So, because Samson got pissed off, he not only killed the 30 people, it had died down. He killed the 30 people, everything died down. Oh boy, when he went back to visit that father-in-law, and that father-in-law said, "Hey man, I gave it to your best man," that boy was hurt. Boy, what a best man, right? That boy said, "I'm looking out for self." That boy said, "That goes to tell you what these boys worldly. These boys worldly today. I can see it, man. He supposed to be boy, man. These boys say you out so fast, man. Oh, he over there. That boy over there. He over there with Peanut. He hiding, but that boy ain't no love, ain't no camaraderie, man. These boys will do you dirty, boy. Cause like you say, they looking at you shining, but they hate it, but they just playing like they cool. Man, that ain't cool, bro. It should have been like, nah, man. Cause I've been thinking about that's a pretty big boy I might have to sit up here and wrestle with. And it says, then the Philistines said, "Who have done this?" So they crops on fire. You got foxes running together, running all scared, just running in circles and just set everything ablaze. And Samson, the son-in-law of Timnite, and it says, because he had taken his wife and given her to his companion, and the Philistines came up and burnt her. Now remember, when they smooth talked her to get the riddle and her father. See, if she would have told him, especially when he told, "Look, I killed the lion. I took him and tore him like a piece of paper." You know what I'm saying? Should have told her husband, but this what you get for not telling your husband. You ain't gonna tell nobody else. Like verse 7. And Samson said unto them, Though though ye have done this, yet I will be avenged of you, and after that I will cease. Man, this boy is mad. Shimshon is mad. Not only he set their fields on fire, now he for the ramp it up some. And he smote them from hip to thigh with a great slaughter. And he went down and dealt and dwelt in the top of the rock of at Etham. Man, this had to be something. This is retaliation. Because after he killed the woman, see, he went down and he was mad and went and burned their crops. But when he found out that they killed the wife, and the father-in-law, now he gonna smote them. He gonna smote them from what they say, from hip to thigh. You know what I'm saying? He smoked that. That's just an old saying. Man, hold on, let me see. He repaid the Philistine. Okay, hold on. So after that, he took revenge, right, for killing the first revenge was that he found out that his best man took him. Okay, I'm just gonna burn your field. Then in retaliation, it's just like blood and crips, back and forth. Okay, now you done that, I got you. Now I'm gonna bust you some of you cats up. You know what I'm saying? And so now and it says verse 8, and he smote them from hip to thigh with a great slaughter, and he went down and dwelt on top of the rock at Elam. Now he at this point when he feel like he's alone, because his parents didn't really, they was mad because he went with the Philistine woman, the uncircumcised woman, and man, he was chosen to live a godly life, and you can't be with no ungodly person. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna show you, man, how treacherous this is. I'm gonna give you a sample about some circumcision, man. See, this ain't the first time. We're going back to Genesis. Now, we in the book of Judges, but we're going to go back to Bereshit in the Hebrew or Genesis in the English. I'm going to show you an example how them boys didn't play around with the circumcision, baby. It's Genesis chapter 34 and 1. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bore unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her. So one of these jokers, a Hivite, which was a prince. He was a prince. He was a royalty. He saw one of Jacob's daughters, and saw her and took her and raped her and defiled her. And his soul claved unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel, and spake kindly unto the damsel. So after you wanna rape her, and then now you wanna speak kindly. And Shechem spake unto his father Hamor, saying, Get me this damsel to wife. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons were with the cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come. So till they came, Jacob because the two boys was out in the field, two of his sons was out in the field, and Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Jacob to commune with him. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because they was pissed off because he had wrought folly in Israel. He had wrought foolishness in Israel, in other words. So now they pissed off in line with Jacob's daughter, which thing ought not be done. So when them two boys came out to what is that? Levi and let's see which two sons. Yeah, Levi and I think it was Simeon. When they came out the field from tending to the field, they heard Shechem's daddy, trying to talk to Jacob about giving his daughter to a wife. And they didn't intermingle. They didn't intermingle like that. They didn't play that stuff like that because, for one, you couldn't, I'm going to show you in the law, you couldn't be dealing with that like that. You couldn't be doing that like that because, the law is very specific. He told them, don't you give over your daughters and your sons to these uncircumcised people. You know what I'm saying? But they did anyway. Trying to make sure I don't pass up that. Let's see. Verse 8. And Hamor communed with them, saying, the soul of thy son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give her to him to wife, and make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you. Bad trade, because this is virtuous women, and you're going to go switch it off to some worldly women. The law is very specific. You don't play that type of stuff. You don't play that type of stuff. Let's see, 15. You don't play that stuff, and I'm gonna show you. Why you don't do that. And let me see something real quick. Let me see if I can get this. What does it do? Let's see if we get this real quick. Let's see how I get it right here. I think it's Deuteronomy. Let's get this in the law real quick. So he wanna mix everybody up. Now look here in this third verse. Okay, now let's go to 2. When he told them to deal with these Hittites, this is a Hivite right here. All right. This is what he said, verse 2. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 2. And when the Lord thy Elohim shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and shalt utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Now, this was given in the law. Don't you be going with these other nations. Don't make no covenants with them, because this is what the daddy was trying to do with Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Neither shalt thou make marriages with them, thy daughter that thou shalt give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me. Didn't it happen with Solomon? They start building them temples to them other people's gods, them other women, wives, God, gods. The Most High knew that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you, and shall destroy thee suddenly. So he was like, hey man, you know I'm supposed to be messing with that. But I'm gonna show you back here, way in Genesis. These boys knew all this before. You know what I'm saying? That's why his parents was like, hey man, you ain't supposed to be dealing like that. But you got the father-in-law trying to come, well, the wannabe father-in-law trying to come to Jacob and tell him about take our daughters, like I say in verse 9, and make ye marriages with us and give your daughters unto us and take our daughters unto you. And ye shall dwell with us in the land, in the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get your possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, let me find grace in your eyes. Now you just raped their Jacob's daughter, and now you talking and telling their brother, let me find grace in your eyes. Oh, let me make this right. They talking about get your possessions therein in the verse. In other words, you ain't for to pay me off. Ain't nobody to pay off. Them sons is mad, Jack. You gonna find out they mad. He trying to talk about let me find grace in your eyes. Ain't buy no money. And what ye shall say unto me, I will give. They trying to buy him off. I want y'all sister. I done raped her already. That's basically what he's saying. Hey man, just tell me what your price is and we'll pay it and go on about our business. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me. But give me the damsel to wife. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully, and said, because he had defiled Dinah her sister. So they for to run a game on this dude. They for to act like it's okay. And they said unto him, we cannot do this thing to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, which is true. It's the truth in so many ways. It is true. It can't give. That's the truth. I just read you in the law, For there were a reproach unto us. But in this we will consent unto you. Now here comes the lie. The first was the truth. Here comes the lie, verse 15. But in this we consent unto you, if ye will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised. So if we can't give it to you, because see, we circumcised, and you got to be circumcised. Yeah. So dude was like, oh, okay. But if he would not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then we will take our daughter and we'll be gone. So he said, man, if you don't want to get circumcised, we're going to take my daughter and we're going to be gone. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem's Hamor's son. And the young men deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter. And he was more honorable than all the house of his father. And Hamor and Shechem his son came unto the gate of their city and communed with the men of the city, saying, these men are peaceful with us. Therefore, let them dwell in the land and trade therein for the land. Behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to be us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only here therein will the men consent unto us to dwell with us, to be one people. If every male among us be circumcised as they are circumcised. So he said, man, we got these woo, man, we could trade daughters, man. Yeah, marry ours, we can get our daughters to them. Man, we be one, man. Man, look, y'all uncircumcised. Y'all be worshiping all these other gods. You can't be mixing no seed. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mixing no seed. You know the thing about this is, let me go on and finish this off. Then I can talk a little bit more about circumcision. And unto Hamor It just jumped down to 25. And it came to pass that on the third day, wait a minute. We got to get 24. And unto Hammer and unto Shechem, his son, hearkened, and all went out of the city of the gate. So all the men, every male, was circumcised, all that went out of the gate of his city. And it came to pass on the third day, they waited 3 days, and boy, them boys was pretty sore. And when they were sore, the two sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Danah's brethren, took each man his sword and came unto the city boldly and slew all the males. And they slew Hamar and Shechem, his son, with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went out. And it says the son of Jacob came upon the slain and spoiled the city because they defiled their sister. They took their sheep, their oxen, and their asses. And he handed them their asses too. Anyway, it is what it is. And that, they hand over them asses, that's for sure. And it says, and their asses, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field, and all their wealth, and all their little ones, and took their wives, took they captive, and spoiled even all that was in the house. Boy, let me tell you something. Them boys went off, all behind defiling their sister. Because, see, people took that, man, I'm trying to tell you. Nowadays, different laws, you're supposed to go to jail. Or I would have been like Samuel L. on that one movie, that boy hid in the closet in the courthouse, A Time to Kill. I think it would Kill a Mockingbird, something like that. Man, I've been up there, but I'm trying to tell you about mine, boy. Man, it would have been ugly on the set. But this thing is spiritual. You are a man of the Creator, and a covenant. Like with Abraham or Abraham, he had a cutting covenant. A covenant has to do with flesh. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, in that covenant, he had certain animals he had to bring, and he cut them in half, and he was showing them away, showing the vultures away, because he knew that the Most High, they had to pass through it. It was a cutting covenant. A covenant always have something to do with flesh. You know what I'm saying? And blood. You know what? When a man and woman have sex, these things are exchanged. A man exchanged blood to the woman, as well as the woman bleed for the man. And it always passes through flesh. And the actual act itself is, every time you're having relations, it's a covenant. It's more than sex. It's more than sex. DNA is changed, and women, when you're having sex with the man, that man is in your soul. This is two become one. Two flesh become one. Ain't no other way that happens. They become one physical. You have two independent objects, but when they together, they're together. So sex is more than And I understand. I know some people gonna be out there. Well, when you say a card, that's being one. On one accord, but it ain't talking about no one accord there. You understand what I'm saying? And this covenant thing, it's a spiritual and a physical thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a spiritual and physical thing. So, man, they took this to heart. You know what I'm saying? You can't be yoked with no unbeliever, bro. If you're a believer, you can't be yoked with. Somebody gonna have to be yoked and dealing with the same customs you got to deal with, participating in the same thing you dealing with, or you can't marry. At the end of the day, and right here. I'm gonna leave this right here, and I'm gonna pause this. No, I think I'm gonna end it right here. So I'm gonna say shalom, and then we're gonna keep going, cause I don't want them to be so long. Shalom.